Sup Nerds, Free 99 here. Welcome to the finale episode of Pokepath TD. I know we've still got 2 maps to try to 100 wave, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I am tired of trying to figure out a strategy on 2-4, and I am about to give up on 3-4 as well. Plus, as you can see here, we're close to reaching 100 hours. I normally don't go to past like 60 hours unless it's like a grind fest that I enjoy, and it has passed the point of enjoyment for this game for me. So let me show you the 3 strategies that I have come up with today. We're gonna start with this one. So we have Ampharos trying to stun people at the beginning. Mega Alakazam can spread that stun to other Pokemon if it hits the stunned unit in the first place, which is why we've got them targeting stunned units as a priority. We're basically going to try to stun lock them in this one place. El Toro Fuerte has pretty good range, so they can knock out any armored units that are coming down. Sunflora can also hit this area quite a bit, so anything stun locked here will take a bit of a beating, which is going to be useful for us. We've got Golduck doing attack speed and AoE stuff down here. We've got Backpack, the Lilligant. They've got a bit of a range going on, plus with the Choice Scarf they can attack pretty fast, and they've got pretty decent damage too at 655. White Mage is still back to Cottony. They've got the Zoom Lens, which means instead of shooting 1 projectile, they'll shoot 2, and both of those have a 5% chance to heal 1 heart. As you can see, we are missing some. Plus, healing a life gives Golisopod down here an attack boost. Right now, their attack speed isn't that great, 1.80, but cut that in half and they're basically at 1 second, 0.9. So a little bit faster than 1 second. Plus, the first hit on any enemy, even if they are already damaged, will deal, what is this, 4,000... No, 7 times 4 is what, 28? So 5,800 damage? With a critical hit chance of 12%. It's not that high, but you know, it's better than not having anything at all. We've got Lapras to try and stun in the area that Golduck and Lilligant are hitting, as well as White Mage, so giving them a bit of an extra chance to heal as well. Corsola can also hit this area quite a bit, so even if they don't stun, maybe they're susceptible to slow, which gives Golduck and the other 2 more of a chance to hit them. The best is back. I've put them here for now. I don't know if this is the best place for it. I want to make use of the Lapras stun. So as you can see, the Cast Form and Corsola does have a bit of an overlap. So I'm hoping like the tail end of Lapras here can get a stun or 2 that the best can capitalize on it. They are also hitting for 651 damage, which isn't bad, and then a recharge time of essentially 2 attacks per second. If this doesn't work, I can put them up here so that hopefully the stun lock from Mega Alakazam and Lighthouse could do something with it. But for now, we're going to leave them there. We're going to leave them there. And let's just see how well this goes. We're trying to get to at least wave 50. If I can get to wave 50 and beyond, I can sleep easy. Because losing at wave 25 is pretty bad. Well, we're losing at wave 32. So it's a little bit higher than 25. But if I can get to at least halfway or more, then I'll consider it a success. So seeing those Cloisters get stuck in this area makes me already want to move Cast Form over here. Also, what I didn't mention, let me save this as one first of all. What I didn't mention is what happens when an invisible wave comes. That's where this team comes in. As you can see, Honchkrow, Pignite, Pignite? Was it Pignite? No, it was Grumpig or Xatu are nowhere to be seen. That's because we've given Backpack the self-scope, so their increased attack speed can now also hit invisible enemies, which should be good. I couldn't figure out a place to put like any of our anti-invis without sacrificing like the gimmick or DPS. So I've decided to just give one Pokemon True Sight instead. So let's save this as 2. Let's go back to 1. And then let's just keep going. So we've got our first invisible wave at 30. Let's switch to our second team, which is basically the first team with a different item, and see if this will work. Frostlass is able to be stunned, so I don't see why not. Glalie is also able to be stunned, so hopefully this will work. Okay, so the problem there is that the Glalie doesn't get shown until later. So then we have to change this a bit. Is it better to take away your damage? What if we... Does Frostlass have armor? It doesn't even have armor, so we would have to... Okay, so what if, bit of a switch here. Let's withdraw Backpack. We can just call them back and then change their item back into the Scarf. And then put them back down. Maybe we do have to change El Toro Fuerte into something else. So who has the biggest range right now? 190. Xatu is 210, 435 damage. Yeah, like Xatu is just better. Even when they're not in the mountains, Xatu is just better. So let's remove you. Let's go ahead and add Xatu. And then we'll give them the item that gives them increased damage and range, because they do have True Sight, and then we'll just put them here. Hopefully this is better. We'll save this as 2. And good luck. As much as I like the best, I think we have to switch him out. I think we're not utilizing its spot. And I think we should put in, like, attack speed, AoE instead. So they're hitting right now for, what, 650, but it's single target? If we put something like Greninja instead, maybe that could be better? Because they're all clumped up, right? They're all clumped up right now? So either Greninja or... Where did Armaldo go? 420 can ricochet forever. And it doesn't say that the crits lose damage? 0.35, 165. They have worse attack speed, but we could change that. We could give them better attack speed, something like the Adrenaline Orb. Or because right now the best is using the Badge of Honor, maybe we could do that instead. 550. Let's swap him out. Let's swap him out. Let's see what happens. So cast form remove. We'll go Armaldo add. Who has the bigger range? Wait a second here. 145 and you are 130. So Greninja has better range. And faster attack speed. You attack basically 3 per second. You attack 1 per second. So 3 times 165 is like 490-ish? So you're at 420? See, this is the issue. Yeah, okay. Remove you. We'll try Toad. They are our starter. So then we don't need the Adrenaline Orb. We would rather have the Badge of Honor? Or we would rather have... We would honestly rather have the blue bandana. So you no longer crit, but it's more of a damage boost, 50% damage boost. And I think that's fine. We'll put them here. And then we'll save this as 2 because this is our anti-invis. And then we'll load number 1. This is our DPS. We'll remove the best. I'm sorry, cast form. We'll put back Toad. We will give them the blue bandana. And then the blue bandana that used to be on El Toro Fuerte is now... Where is El Toro? Oh, right on my mouse. Because we were getting rid of the 30% crit chance with the blue bandana, the Badge of Honor basically does the same thing. So we can save this as 1. We have made it to 34, so farther than we have before. This strat is technically working. We'll put Toad out, we'll save this as 1, and then let's just go at it. Okay, well, we did get further, which is great. Unfortunately, it's not by much. And it's because of the Polytoads that can't be stunned. So we need we need an anti-stun or an anti-slow team. I think the stun team works. So I'm gonna... I guess we need to make, like... I prepared, like, other sets in case that didn't work. But this is sort of working. So... I guess we don't need the other sets. We just need a set for slowing. Yeah. So I'm gonna hit auto for now, and every single time we see a wave with Politoed, we'll just try to figure out something against it. So we've made it to wave 30. We should be safe here, but I don't think we're gonna auto anymore because there was at least 2 Politoed waves between 30 and 36. So we'll just go to our anti-invis team, hit next wave. "31 is also safe?" Yes, it is. Trigonal can be stunned, so this is fine. So here's the first one, 33. They just resist stun, so we could go for like a burn team in a way. Let's load back anti-DPS. They don't have armor, but Cloyster and Slowbro does. So we need to get rid of Lapras, we need to get rid of Ampharos and Mega Alakazam. Absol has a Mega, but it's meant for bosses or like single target DPS. Charizard has a Mega and it does deal burn. So we could swap in Charizard here. Projectiles explode in an area, dealing half damage to nearby enemies and burning them. Seismic Toad is all about health, so that's not a bad trade. Where did... I already lost them. Because their name went from Charizard to like M Charizard. So then they are now here. M Charizard X. So we'll add Charizard in. We'll put him where Alakazam used to be. And then the stunners now need to become slowers. So Whiscash can fill in for Lapras. And then Dunsparce is any good? Projectiles explode in an area. They've got pretty good... Oh no, because it's a cross. I don't want to use Dunsparce. Chuckle is at a 2-second, which isn't bad. The slow lasts for as long as the recharge time. The damage is piss poor though. Aegislash 1.75 isn't bad. I do like that. Tangrowth attacks slow targets, but it's single target. And then Bramble is 220, 175. So yeah, I think we go for Aegislash here. Or if we go for Shuckle, it becomes a 1 second. Thanks to the Quick Claw. The damage doesn't matter. But the slow is like on. 140 area. This is 150, so it really doesn't matter. We're gonna try the Aegislash first. So let's go ahead and get rid of slow. So we can see everybody. Let's hit all. We're getting rid of Ampharos. We're putting in Aegislash. We're getting rid of Lapras. And we're putting in... Who are we putting in? It was Whiscash, I believe. Whiscash? Yeah. You're the only water one that can be put in anyways. Whiscash comes in. That is a big range. What if you go here instead? That's huge, actually. So then, 460, 230. You are... So you have a bit slower recharge, but you do a lot more damage, and your range is insane. You're basically a better Legolas. Where is not slowed? Yeah, because Legolas also has the problem of it being a ring. 5% crit. 3% crit. But like, yeah, no matter how I look at it, it's... We're gonna give you the Light Clay that Legolas has. And, I mean, yeah, we can just keep you there. Legolas can go here. The dead zone is in a place that nobody can reach anyways. Whiscash can go up here. So that's not bad. And then we've got Aegislash sitting right here to start attacking the initial ones. But now Legolas needs an item. What are you gonna have? Is anybody holding the Carbos? No. Oh, and Excalibur needs one too. No, Excalibur's item is going to be the Quick Claw. Because we don't care about the focus automatically the fastest enemy, because they're dealing area damage anyways. So that doesn't matter. So then Legolas... Do we even do Legolas then? Or do we shove somebody else in there and have like a DPS? We'll move you closer to here maybe? And then instead of Legolas, maybe we put in... Who could be good? We could put in a second Golduck. Golduck is DPS, in a way, if you squint enough. A second Golisopod wouldn't be so bad. Omastar does AoE in an area. 280 attack speed, though, is pretty bad. If we go water, who are we looking at? We could bring back Castform. Castform's good. Masquerain is just a weaker Castform. Yeah, we'll bring back Ask Form. We'll put you here. We will give you... You've got that. So what other DPS item is there for you to use? Sticky Barb increases damage by 25% to slowed or stunned enemies. Yeah? Yeah, that's fine, because you are in the slow area. In a way. I think this is fine. We'll save this as 3. And then we'll just go from there. We might as well save the number 4 too. So we'll get rid of Halucha. We'll put in Zatu. We'll put you where they used to be. And then we'll save this as 4. So now we have anti-slow in 3 and 4. But this means... But this will make me want to change number 1 and 2 to get rid of Corsola then. Because we have somebody better. So we'll remove you. We'll put in Whiskash. And then we'll give them the Light Clay. Yeah, this is fine. Do we put in a slower unit when we're trying to deal with DPS on things that move fast? Or on things that get stunned? Is that smart? You know what? We'll save this for now. We'll save this as 1. And then we'll load 2. Or not. Load 1. 1 needs Halucha. We need not Zatu. Remove unit. Load in Halucha. Latora Forte goes here. We'll save that as 1. So now we have DPS stun, anti-invis stun, DPS slow, anti-invis slow. Yes? Yes. And this is a slow team. Nobody's invisible. So we want the DPS. We're gonna go ahead and hit next wave. Unfortunately, we don't have much damage. We've lost a lot of health there. So we're lacking in damage somewhere, and we need to rectify that. But it sort of worked. We did survive. So we'll go back to the stunning team. Nobody's invis, so this should be fine. We'll hit next wave. Triogonal can be slowed, or can be stunned, so this is fine. And then we're back to this. So we need more DPS. Nobody's invisible, so we can go with this. And then we need more damage is the problem. Or what if I, like, move you here? Is that any better? Maybe you need to attack more? Projectiles explode in an area. If we could give you some sort of attack speed, maybe the Adrenaline Orb? You could be a little bit better? Let's try that. Can we swap somebody else for damage right now? Not really. Aegis Slash is good at slowing. Charizard is here for health stripping. They are targeting not burn, so that's good. Whimsicott heals so that Golisopod attacks faster. You've got DPS. Well, increase damage by 25%. Is there something that increases the damage by more than 25%? No, that doesn't do anything. For each status? No, that's actually less damage. Yeah, I think that's the only thing we can give you. Reduces recharge speed. We can put you on grass? So technically, wait a second. How would that work? No, there's no way to try to, well, out of curiosity. No, you're still water, right? Yeah, even if we move you around, you're still water. You don't somehow become the grass type with the increased DPS. Okay, just out of curiosity, I wanted to see what that was. But yeah, you can't be deployed in water, but you can hold it, so I think that means you're fine. We could also just make you hit random. That increases your AoE as well. Do we care about your AoE being? No. Let's stick to the sticky barb. This is fine. We'll hit next wave. Hopefully this will do something. We healed quite a bit, but it wasn't enough, is the problem. I've got another idea. But we have to get there first. So let's load this. Let's hit auto. So we've made it to 30. We know that the plasmatoads don't show up until 32. So we can just fast forward the next little bit once we switch to our anti-invis team. Okay, so here comes the crazy idea. We get rid of, where is M? It starts in M, Mega Alakazam. And then we put in Sceptile? And then we turn them mega. The idea being we have access to tall grass. So we would actually also need to get rid of Whimsicott. And then put Christmas tree over here. Maybe this is a thing. They've got pretty good attack speed, critical hit chances at 100%. And they've got 50% more damage. So this is at, what, 1,200, but critical hit is like 50% more damage on top of that or something. So they're going to be dealing a lot of damage at essentially 2 attacks every 3 seconds or something. So I'm hoping this will work. Or is it like... Is it 4 attacks every 3 seconds? Something like that. 5 attacks every 4 seconds? Something like that. It's faster than 1 attack per second. So then what's the plan here? What do we put over here? Obviously, we put back Aegislash. Ampharos is gone. We put back Aegislash. Aegislash is there. What if we put... No. What if we put you here? We put you here. And then we bring back Clefable? Because we need the damage, right? We need the damage. And Clefable is all about the dips. And then we don't really want you and the Aegislash to be clashing in terms of like setting up the slow. So I think this is fine. So then we need something new over here. And so Lapras has to go. What can go in the water though? We could put in the best, I guess. We can put them back in. That's not terrible. They are pretty good DPS. And then we need to put items on some people. Like Excalibur needs to get the Quick Claw. The bandana and the medal is already gone. So I guess, yeah, you're going to be using the Sticky Barb again. Unless there is something better. Maybe we give you the Carbos. Maybe 2 attacks per second is better than 25% more damage. You're not going to hit random. You're going to hit first. I think this is fine. You're attacking high HP, so that's good. I think we will save this in 3. And then for the anti-invis, we need to get rid of Halucha. Well, we don't even know if this is going to work. So yeah, we'll just save this in 3 and then hit next wave and see what happens. So we have an issue. Golisopod can no longer heal. And that's bad. That's really bad. Because we need their attack speed. So I guess in this case, we have to get somebody else. Instead of Golisopod. Or we change Golisopod's held item to something else. Or maybe we put in Masquerain. Maybe Masquerain is it. Maybe in slowing areas. It's not Golisopod. So let's get rid of... Where are they? There they are. Remove unit. Add Masquerain in. Masquerain goes... Down here might be better because you can hit some of the top areas. And then you need a held item too. We're kind of out on held items is the problem. If we give you the Carbos, maybe? Or you get the Carbos because you still have a higher attack speed? And then you get the Sticky Barb? Or no. They can still hit the slow. So you get the Sticky Barb and then you get the Carbos. Right? Yeah. And then you become a railgun. Okay, we'll save this. We'll save this in 3. And then we're gonna go ahead and remove Halucha. Well, again, we don't know if this is gonna work. So we'll just save that as 3 for now. We'll go back to our DPS build. Hopefully we can heal a bit. Okay, here's where we see if this plan actually does anything. We lost 2 health, but it was going great. If we can use this in 34, I think it was, first, then we shouldn't be losing as much health. I have faith in this. I have faith in this. Let's switch to anti-invis. Now we're going back to DPS. Okay. Hopefully this works. I really hope this works. No, we couldn't even get past 33. So it's not the Masquerade? Or maybe the Masquerade is just in a wrong... Well, no, because this is like a really good place for it. This is a really good place for this. What if we need AoE? What if we need more AoE and less single target? What if Omastar is the answer? It's got such horrible recharge time though. We could do something like the Adrenaline Orb to lower it by a bit, but it's still over 2 seconds. I don't think it's good. What if we give you the Quick Claw? Well, then the damage disappears, so what's the point? Yeah, I don't think it's Omastar either. I want to give it one more shot, but I also want to change something. Maybe it's not the Lilligant? Okay, so what is Lilligant's DPS right now? We are looking at 655. What is Barbarical? 460, but it can attack faster, right? 173... 170? No, it doesn't even attack faster. 5% crit. It is a ring, but the dead zone is pretty bad. You are a circle 140. What if we remove you? What if we add Barbarical? We give Barbarical the choice scarf. And then we put it like here, maybe? Down here? I'm desperate. I want to get to 50, man. We'll save this as 3 for now. Maybe it wasn't the Christmas tree then. But we don't have any other megas. Absol... It was Absol, Alakazam, Charizard, and Sceptile. There are no other megas. Which is very unfortunate. Let's try it with the Barbarical and see what happens. We're going back to this. We're gonna hit auto. Okay, here we are again. Hopefully this DPS was better than the other DPS, but I honestly can't tell you otherwise. Yeah, there's really nothing else. We could move you here. That could give you like a bigger area. That's something, because you don't need to be here anymore to deal with the stuns. Save this as 3 and cross our fingers. No, the damage is just not there anymore. Okay, one more try, one more try. It's not Sceptile. It's definitely not Sceptile. So we're gonna remove you, we're gonna put back Charizard, we're gonna give them the Mega Ring. Or the Mega Stone. We are going to put them... Can you be put? No, you can't be put in there, you can't be put in there. You can't be put in there. But what? No. So one of you has to leave. And the Clefable does more damage than Hawlucha, even when it's dealing double. That's what? 8,000? Or 800 times 2 is... What? 1,600? Clefable is doing... 1,550? So it's very close. They're very close with each other. But Clefable does that damage without them having to have armor. So yeah, Hawlucha is gone. Hawlucha's gotta go. Aegislash goes back up there. And then we put Mega Charizard here. And then we need something here. So who's better at DPS then? Barbarical is at 0.22 at 460 versus 0.21 275. Barbarical does more damage. Masquerain has a bigger range though. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take out Barbarical. The range just outwins. So then we put back... where did they go? Golisopod comes back, and Whimsicott comes back. Whimsicott goes back into the grass where they belong. And then Golisopod gets this spot again. We'll save that as 3. This is going to be our last chance. Hopefully it works. I really hope we get to 50. All right, here goes everything. Well, we didn't die, so that's good. We are pretty low, though, at 3 health left. And now we're even lower at 2 health. Alright, here goes everything. Good luck to us. Yeah, even if I remembered to switch, we weren't gonna make it anyways. That's gonna be it for Pokepath TD, at least for now. Maybe one day I'll come back and pick up this game, update to the newest version, and have a whole bunch more stuff to unlock. But for now, as always, I've been Free99. You've all been amazing. I'll catch you on the next series that I start. So I've decided to run it back just because I screwed up that last wave and not switch. For some reason, we actually made it here with more health than our last attempt. So maybe this time we might actually pull it off. Let's find out. So we did make it one more ahead. We're back to the invisible units. Time to go for this team. Glalie and cryogonals can be stunned, so that's fine. We'll stick to this. Lapras can still be stunned. Let's go. So yeah, even with like a very lucky roll and having most of our health, we still can't make it to 50. So, like I said, this is gonna be goodbye for now for Pokepath TD. Hello to whatever game I decide to pick up next week.